All right, now we're going to get serious. In California, a land where it takes 6 years to get a permit to build a shed, the parole board just decided to release a man serving life in prison. Actually, 3 life sentences for 16 counts of kidnapping and child molestation. But now, apparently, life is just a word on a cereal box. It used to be the term judges used to send an unmistakable message. You did something so vile, so predatory, so permanently destructive that society is done negotiating with you. And you should spend the rest of your life in a cage where your ass will take on the role of an oil well on land, man. It's not about rehabilitation, it's about punishment and protecting other people. It's the same reason I oppose the parole of Martha Stewart. She'll just go on breaking men's hearts. But in California, life now means, well, until someone far removed from the crimes decides when a monster is too old to rape and releases them. But you can bet, not in the parole board's neighborhood. This case involves a convicted pedophile serving life being granted elderly parole. Elderly parole. What's that mean? Do they have to check in with visiting angels twice a month? Hey, what's the worst you could do, right? I mean, it's not like elderly people have ever done anything wrong before. But this is what passes for criminal justice reform. They don't revisit the magnitude of harm. They don't reweigh the consequences. And punishment, who cares? The calculus is simple. He's probably too old to get a boner. And, you know, the kids could probably outrun him now. That's reform, California style. Not a glitch, but a mindset. And another way to prove that they're all so enlightened. It's now someone who didn't see the victims, didn't hear the testimony or sit through the horror, who can decide decades later that the scum has aged out of his depravity. Which means pedophiles now have a retirement plan. Do your thing until you get caught, serve some time, then you're out, and just hope that they don't have grandkids. By this logic, you can let anyone out as long as they have the senior discount. Serial rapist? Hell, if he's wearing orthopedic shoes, he's probably mellowed into harmlessness. So what message does that send to the truly evil? That even 400 years for raping kids is just a number. All you have to do is live long enough, stay hydrated, do your crossword puzzles, keep your blood pressure down, don't get a bunch of COVID vaccines, and take plenty of balance of nature. It's the same thing doctors tell Brit Hume. Then one day, bureaucrats will come to your rescue. And as for the victims, the families who sat in courtrooms and were told, or rather promised, that this man would never walk again free. Imagine enduring the trial, reliving the horror on the stand, rebuilding your life around the one solid thing the system gave you, permanence. The promise of being rid of this predator forever. And then they pull the rug right out from under you. Not because the evidence changed, or that he was innocent, or that the sentence was unlawful. It's just that he qualifies for Social Security. At least that's going bankrupt. So once again, you see, libs don't believe in consequence. Their God is process, their devil is reality. They look at elderly parole as progress and paperwork. But it's abandonment of victims, of promises, of moral clarity. And once criminals realize that even the harshest sentence is just a waiting game, what deterrent is left? Justice now has an expiration date. And the only people who never get parole from their punishment are the victims. Let's welcome tonight's guest. He likes to take selfies during prostate exams. Chief Medical Officer at the Wellness Company, Dr. Drew Pinsky. After watching men compete, she now wants a Senate seat. GOP Minnesota State Senate candidate, Michelle Tafoya. He's so hot, I can't believe his last name isn't Gutfeld. Actor and host of David, King of Israel on Fox Nation, Zachary Levi. And your kid has already scheduled an interview with foster parents. New York Times bestselling author, Fox News contributor, Kat Tiff. Dr. Drew, you know what kills me about this whole story? So I wrote that, and then I found out later that they've already lowered the requirements in this new thing. Yeah. It was like, you're 60 and you serve 25 years, you're eligible. In just 3 years, it's now 50.
Right.
And you only serve 20. what's it going to be next?
Yeah,
like
right.
you're 30?
Right. And first of all, 50 and 60, old enough to get a boner.
Yes.
As you pointed out.
You've proved that many times.
I'm 16, 17 years older than
Stop
that.
sending me those pictures.
I'm just responding to the ones that you send, sir. But this time we do it in California. We don't like the test scores. Let's not take tests. Let's not, no more tests. We don't like putting people away for life. I'm sorry, the prisons are overcrowded. Let's send them all home.
Yes.
That's it. They don't take reality into consideration.
But their reality is they create a new metric where it's the prisons are less crowded.
Yep.
But they don't place that in the context of what the consequences are to that.
Ever.
It's amazing. And Gavin Newsom's against it. But get this, Michelle. There's nothing he can do about it. I wish I could. It's like the fires. It's like everything. It's like,
Yes.
oh, this just happened to me. I didn't do anything.
It's, yeah, right. You know, it's interesting. In 1947, California became the first state to have a sex offenders list. It wasn't for all sex offenders, but that was California in its golden era. Now, as you've said, so these kids were 7 and under. When their lives were broken by this.
This, by the way, is not a habit that you get over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This
The
guy's
pedophilia,
going to go.
Yeah,
go
of
again.
course. I mean, 60 is nothing. 60 is the new
Nothing.
40, by the way.
Yes.
I
So
tell
anyway,
myself that.
You should, and keep telling yourself that. So, as you said, the families and these little children, these babies, went through this, sat through court. A jury of his peers found him guilty. A judge administered a 3-life sentence in prison. And then this unelected list of bureaucrats comes along and says, you know what, we need to empty our prisons, so we'll let this guy go. And in the meantime, the only one serving the life sentence are these kids.
Yeah.
By the way, the life sentence was supposed to substitute for terminating his life.
Yes, it was supposed to be, that was supposed to be the compassionate
Yes.
alternative, was not frying him, but just getting him out of the public, Zachary. And then what it really has done is it has given him a reprieve and shifted it over to the victims who now know he's out.
Yep.
Yeah, the whole thing to me is just full of sadness. I wish I had anything witty or funny to say. Obviously, you know, we try to make lightweight. But the reality is, I mean, you know, I really do believe, and Dr. Drew, you can weigh in on this. You know so much about the human psyche, but I mean, you know, this saying of broken people are
Hurt people.
hurt people. Thank you. Thank you for saving me there. And this man, you know, like, and this is not, I'm not trying to say anything or, you know, being devil's advocate, but I can only imagine that guy was probably sexually abused or abused on some level thoroughly when he was a child. And that trauma, generational trauma that carries on and has now destroyed these girls' lives. And hopefully through prayer and support in their communities and the little bit of justice that they were given in this, that they can build some of that back. But I think that the prison systems, the judicial system needs a massive overhaul, particularly in California. It is so backwards and it is so broken, and I feel bad for them, honestly.
Yeah. You know, Kat, I always feel like that we're like lab rats in a crazy experiment, you know, concocted by these kind of progressive bureaucrats. But they're not even watching the experiment. They're going, let's see we'll let these people out, but then they don't see where it goes, what happens.
Yeah, I feel like they could have tried a lot of other things before let the child rapist out.
Yes, exactly.
like sitting on each other's laps.
Yes.
There's not enough room.
Yeah.
You know, but how do we get there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not the average person, whether you're conservative or liberal. It's these people that's a very small percentage of people that have way too much influence. Because I think that they are a lot of them in California where they try to like outlive each other.
Yeah.
Where it's like they're so afraid of like, there had to be people who, I'm assuming it was a room of people making this decision that were like, yo, this is nuts, but they were too worried to be like, oh, this is not sensitive to this part. Like, there's some kind of
suicidal empathy.
Toxic empathy, yeah.
But the fact that it's affecting policy is insane.
It never did.
It really is, because it is nobody actually wants this, maybe except for this guy who rapes kids.
Yes.
He definitely wants.
But I just want to ask, you know, you said hurt people hurt people. Not all hurt people hurt people, like his victims.
No, this is the point.
Charlie Hurt never hurt anybody.
Exactly.
But Zach is bringing up a terrible conundrum. It's the children for whom we're dying for today become the perpetrators.
Yeah.
And when they perpetrate, they don't do it one-on-one. They get dozens or hundreds. And so it exponentially grows, and it has to be intervened upon aggressively and early, and some are not treatable and need to be separated from the rest of us.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.